I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Let's Talk TriState.
Hey, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, powered by HomeRight Windows and Doors in Waynesboro. They're the right choice. Check them out online at homerightwaynesboro.com. We've got Clayton Phillips here today, the director of the 39 Steps of the Totem Pole Playhouse. How are you today?
I am great. Really good to be here.
Good to have you here. We were talking a little bit about the weather before we got started here, and that big storm that rolled through.
Oh my God, it was amazing. But it was kind of cool. When any kind of change of weather like that is always kind of cool in a weird way, because it got so dark. It was like, I thought, what time is it?
I know. Is it time to go to bed? Is it dinner time? What is it? Yeah. No, but I would say we needed it, but I don't think we really did. But it kind of cooled things down a little bit, which I'll take. Yeah. So Clayton, let's talk a little bit about the play, The 39 Steps, that's coming up at the Totem Pole Playhouse, July 18th through the 27th is the runtime for the play. You've directed a lot of productions on Broadway and national tours. What attracted you to the 39 Steps? What makes this show so much fun to bring to life on stage?
39 Steps is one of these shows that it's just the classic of 39 Steps, which is the Hitchcock movie, is such a great piece. And then this sort of take on it is so fun. And right now, where we are in the world, it's like we need to be having fun. We need to have some escape and get away to things. And it's funny, there's actually a line in this piece about, let's escape to the theater, which is, I love the fact that we do that. And this is a really funny play. It really is funny. And so it's funny, this summer I have several shows that I'm doing. The 39 Steps just fits right into the fact that everything I'm doing is this kind of escape from the world. Go to theater and just sit back, let it go, and enjoy yourself. Be entertained.
Yeah, I think we've kind of, like you said, we all need that escape every now and then, but more so lately, ever since the whole pandemic thing has been happening. Even though it was so long ago, people still are looking for that escape, and that's cool that they can go to this. And
unfortunately, that it's been. The theater itself has been struggling since pandemic. We've all been struggling since pandemic. It was a really strange, difficult time for us. And since then, now that people are starting to get back to the theater again, I think it's really great that we're creating escapism and not heading into the darker, more serious pieces. I love that work. I really love doing that work. But right now, I think what we need is a little bit of escapism.
I agree. It's all get in the same room and struggle together, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
What's it like balancing those thriller elements of Hitchcock with the comedy of, let's say, Monty Python?
Yeah. Well, and Monty Python is kind of I'm not sure that this is Monty Python. It's a different kind of comedy. But it's really exciting. It's actually really fun because if you like Hitchcock and you know this piece, you will enjoy it in a whole different way. If you do not know Hitchcock, you're going to enjoy this no matter what. For those of you who are Hitchcock fans, there is reference to almost every single Hitchcock piece. I challenge you to let us know if we've missed one. But it's really kind of a fun piece where we take try to be true to the storyline, but yet, and not really make fun of Hitchcock, but make fun of just make light of things. Let things that sort of like take the world and lighten it up a little bit. These actors that I'm working with are some of the funniest people I've ever worked with. The ideas that they've brought into the room and that I've worked with on them is just great. I mean, we've had such a good time just laughing in rehearsal. So
that's awesome. So there's only 4 actors playing over 150 characters. How's that managed? These people got to be special, right?
Well, they do. I mean, it's interesting. There's a man and a woman who sort of play the main characters. The female does switch several different, she plays all of the women in the story. And then there's 2 characters that are referred to as the clowns, and they play every other role on the show.
Wow.
And what's fun about it is several times they're playing 4 and 5 different characters at the same time. No, I'm not going to spoil how that happened, but it is pretty funny when it goes on. Awesome. It's pretty funny. And there's, train rides, and there's all kinds of things that are done with very little scenery, and it's all acting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does the rapid character switching present any challenges in directing?
Well, it does. I mean, to some degree, yeah. It's a tricky style because as a director, you want to make sure everything's clean and it's sharp. That everything, because sometimes with rapid changes, people get ahead of it, or they'll anticipate what the next character is, and if they do that, it kind of ruins. You're not sure where they are, so it's got to be very, very clean, and that's one of the challenges in the room is making sure. They're clean with everything, and saying that was really good, but to make sure that you're not anticipating where you're going for the next thing. So directorially, I've really enjoyed doing this work because a lot of times it's just having the eye, allowing the actors to really work and do their work, and I just have the eye to say, clean that up a little bit. Yeah. So that's really, it's a challenge, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's very cool. So you talked a little bit about very few props that a lot of the shows done with acting, but the production's promising plane crashes, handcuffs, missing fingers, and more. How do you stage all that excitement in a theater setting with props?
Well, we have props.
Okay.
We don't have much scenery.
Not scenery. Okay.
Yeah.
Scenery,
I mean, we do have props. I'm not going to say that we're not using props because, in fact, there's some very funny props in the show.
Forget my theater stupidness.
No, that's not stupid at all. It's just our production, and when I spoke with Ryan Gibbs, who's the current artistic director of the theater, who's an old friend and a great, we've collaborated on other things before. We talked about this being like finding a found sound studio that these actors trip upon and see it and say, hey, let's do our production of 39 Steps, and they look out and there's an audience there. You know, it's kind of a fun way to step into it. But there's really not much of a set. There are pieces sitting around, and they tend to find a way to use things in the room to create things like a train, and at the top of a train, and the theater booth and all of that stuff. It all sort of comes out of this world of the sound studio that they've tripped into.
Awesome. So is there something usually that surprises audience with this production?
I think the whole piece surprises audiences. You come into it and you're thinking 39 Steps. If you know 39 Steps, you're looking at it and thinking, oh, this is going to be like a murder mystery. And we are true to the story. I will say that 100% we're true to the story, but it is a very funny piece. If you Monty Python, that kind of thing. It's funny in that kind of way. We look at something and go at it. We just elevate it just a little bit more, and that's where the humor comes from. But it comes from the piece as well. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's a pretty exciting process.
Very awesome. So the Totem Pole Playhouse, if people aren't familiar with it, has a really rich history. What's your experience been like directing here? How does this production fit into the Playhouse's 2025 season?
Yeah. I love Totem Pole Playhouse. I've directed here several times. I love coming down here for it. I love the area. This theater really does have a rich history, founded by Gene Stapleton from All in the Family. It's a wonderful theater. And really great actors come here and work. It's really a pleasure to be here. And it's this season, I know that Ryan's hope was what we sort of talked about earlier, is the idea of bringing some escapism to the season. I believe that's what he wants to do, because you look at 9 to 5 and the Marvelous Wonderettes and Beautiful, the musical, all of these pieces are wonderful ways to sort of step out of the world and just sit back and relax. Beautiful is the story of Carole King. 39 Steps is a nod to Hitchcock. That's a very funny piece. This entire season, when you look at it, is about let's go out and enjoy ourselves. Let's just take a couple of hours out of our day and sit down and forget the world and enjoy ourselves. And I think that, and we all need that. I mean, we need escape every once in a while, and especially nowadays, there's so much, not just locally and in the United States, but around the world, there's so much going on that we're inundated with everyday news and everything that's going on, that sometimes you just want to say, I want to go somewhere. I want to go away from this for a minute. And this is an excellent way to do it. Yeah. It's an excellent way to do it.
I actually grew up going to the Totem Pole Playhouse a few times.
You did?
My grandparents used to go catch some plays there and some productions there, and I used to go along with them, me and my sister. So I've been going there. I haven't been there in a while. I've been to the Totem Pole Playhouse, but not to a production. I've been by it.
Okay.
Well,
come see 39 Steps.
I should, yes. So, community is very important, obviously, local support as well, sponsors like F&M Trust. How do they support the Totem Pole Playhouse and you guys as a cast in making these productions possible?
Well, I mean, first of all, F&M Trust, thank you for supporting and giving sponsorship. That's amazing that they do that. I think it's great for any company to sponsor this, because you're getting the name out there and saying that you're sponsoring the arts, which... Another thing that's happening in the world is art sponsorship is backing away, and to have corporations and small, companies come in and be supportive of the arts is really important. And also, I mean, like you say, community is so important. I work at several different theaters, and I used to work on a much broader scale when I worked on Broadway and did a lot of touring, and I've worked internationally in Japan and all over the place. And I've sort of, as I've gotten older, moved more into a community space of wanting to work with people who I respect, who are trying to bring entertainment and sometimes educational pieces to the community. And I've sort of become much more of that kind of director. I want to work with people who are doing important work and wanting to reach out to community.
You're definitely in the right spot.
It's been really important to me to sort of do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still occasionally, there are bigger things that I do, but I try to focus in on, I do a lot of smaller theater now.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate that, and appreciate you being in the Totem Pole Playhouse and directing the 39 Steps. So if they anybody wants to catch the 39 Steps, what's the best way that they get tickets, and what would you say to encourage first-timers to come out?
Well, you can get tickets at TotemPolePlayhouse.com, and that is really the best way to get tickets, and all the information for the shows and when there are performances and so on and so forth is on the website. So that's the best way to get tickets. And I would just say, come see us just to get away. Enjoy yourself. Get away. Come see something funny. This is a very, very funny show. Whether you know 39 Steps or you don't know 39 Steps, this is a very funny show. And it's 2 hours. It's not 4 hours of your time. It's not Les Mis. It's not like you're going in and going to spend 4 hours with a heavy piece of theater. It's light. It's fun. These are really good actors. I guarantee you'll walk out with a big smile on your face. So, please come. Go to TotemPolePlayhouse.com and get your tickets.
Do you have any other projects coming up after the 39 Steps that we can look out for?
I do, but they're not nearby.
Okay.
I'm going back up to. I'm from New Hampshire right now. Actually, I believe I'm moving from there too. But I'm doing a show called 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is again an escapist piece. It's fun. It's light. I'm doing that, and then and that's up in New Hampshire. So if people are up in New Hampshire, come see that.
Yes.
And I'm also doing a show called Leading Ladies, which is a very funny farce.
Awesome.
Those are what I have coming up at the moment.
Great.
So.
Well, it's good to see your plate full, Clayton, and thank you for taking the time to come stop by.
Well, thank you for the interview. This was really great, and please, encourage people to see theater, all theater.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.